Hey, good morning. It's Mike Zschunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Shift One Properties on our way to Paradise Valley this morning. Quick Friday morning market chat with Mike. We're going to talk about residential, we're going to talk about commercial, we're going to talk about the economy a little bit. So again, first to start off, inventory. Multiple listing service, we're up 96 single family detached homes. Maricopa County, we're up 15. And for the first time in 10 weeks, Scottsdale is up inventory a little bit. We have 8 more single family detached homes for sale in Scottsdale. First time in 10 weeks, but still an issue. We're a lot more than last year. You'll see that in the headlines. You know, inventory is up. Of course, we're a lot more than last year, but the past 6 to 8 weeks have been pretty flat, so even down a little bit. There's just not enough inventory out there. We're funny in the market. We are very similar to 2014. Number of transactions is down, but prices are pretty steady. In fact, if you look back to 2001 and you do a 5% appreciation on real estate, we're not far off. So prices are pretty steady there. People are still coming to the area. Number of transactions for June was the lowest in 15 years. So hopefully that cleans out the industry a little bit. But transactions are happening. Overall, we're a pretty balanced market. But you have to look in deeper. There's 9 cities that are in a seller's market. There's 9 cities in the buyer's market here in the Phoenix area. So again, real estate's real hyper local. You know, it's even neighborhood to neighborhood. We're working with a couple clients looking around Scottsdale, just under $1 million price point. And it's interesting. We're seeing some houses. We've made 6 or 7 offers this week. Houses that have been on the market for a little bit, but the sellers can't sell it for the current price. I always say the way to make a lot of money quick in real estate is to put a weekend class together and tell people they can make $1 million in real estate overnight. Everybody the last 2 years, they had a 401k or got some government money, bought an investment property or a second home. They did a cheap remodel on their Home Depot credit card, and now they're stuck with it. They realize that real estate is not necessarily passive income. You know, who's going to get the call, the 2 a.m. water heater that's broken call? So we're running into a lot of that properties that people just can't sell. They don't know a lot on it. If they do, those loans have come due already, but these people, they just are not ready to sell it for less than they bought it for. They learned in their weekend class. So anyway, you really got to know what you're doing. The HGTV and all that's all fake. We've been on, what show were we on? $1 Million Listing LA. It's all fake. It's not that easy. You got to know what you're doing. Your numbers got to really make sense. And a lot of people just overpaid for properties, got poor representation, and they're going to lose money. So eventually those will start coming on. But it's a real tight market. Upper listing, that's rolling along. The luxury homes, that's kind of where we're going today, Paradise Valley. Those are rolling. That economy and interest rates, that doesn't matter that much to those properties. So anyway, we're a pretty balanced market. It's normal, just number of transactions are down. Good realtors know what they're doing. We're all going to get through this, and it's fine. This inventory thing is not going to end overnight. So this is where we are. We've got 7% mortgage rate. So if you can afford to buy. If you're ready to sell. So anyway, commercial's really tightened up. Unless you are, which we do a lot of, people, small business owners coming from other states, they need a building. If you're an end user of a commercial property, you can make the numbers work. But if you're taking loans, financing has gotten real tight on commercial properties, lending. So like for the investors, a lot of the private money is out there. There's $300 billion in private money is sitting on the sidelines. Everybody's kind of waiting to see where this election's going to take us and what's going to happen. They're sitting on their hands, and the numbers just really don't work for a lot of investments. It's called a cap rate. It's a return on your money. You got to get 6 or 7%. So it's your rents and your purchase price. Call us, we'll explain that more. But yeah, commercial's gotten a little tight, except unless you're an end user. There's some deals out there. We're seeing a lot of deals in small medical. I don't know if doctors are retiring, small mom and pop retail. There's some deals out there. Land is tight. Most of the builders picked up a lot of the land. Land's expensive. Building's expensive. It's funny, in Scottsdale, Banner Health and Honor Health, they're battling it out. And actually pay attention to that, because hospitals do a lot of research on where they're going to spend their money, billions of dollars. And North Scottsdale, Banner Health and Honor Health are fighting it out, and they want that market. So it's a good location if you're always pay attention to that. Outlying areas: Buckeye, Northwest Phoenix, up by the TSMC factory. Apache Junction's got some beautiful places. They're starting to get some money into Mesa Gateway Airport. That's another hot area for commercial. But there's deals out there. There's just it's gotten tight. Lending on commercial has gotten real tight. We've got a great SBA connection. If you're looking for an SBA loan, he's awesome to work with. So happy to point you in his direction. And again, if we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction. So now we'll get on to the economy. It's all about inflation these days. We had a weak CPI number yesterday, Consumer Price Index. So everybody jumped on the rate cut bandwagon. However, as Rick Santelli pointed out, Waymo, driverless cars going around, they drive me crazy. I don't think they know how to drive, or I don't know. Anyway, where were we? CPI is a Consumer Price Index. That index is at an all-time high. It was a little lower yesterday. In fact, it was the first negative print since 2020. So as we've been saying, we're starting to see some disinflation, some slowing down of inflation. This was the first print where inflation actually had a negative number. So, hang on, I want to have a problem here. So everybody jumped on the rate cut bandwagon. Bonds came down yesterday, pretty significantly down, I think under 4.2. It was trading about 4.17 for most of the day. And then this morning we had Producer Price Index. Producer Price Index came out. That's the prices of producers, the wholesale prices more of. Not really, but kind of. But that was pretty hot this morning. So now are we taking 3 steps forward, 2 steps back? That kind of whole picture. Remember, the Consumer Price Index, 33% of the Consumer Price Index is a phone call that they make to homeowners, and they say, what do you think your house could rent for? Is that a good number? I don't know. Everybody thinks they're sitting on a castle. So I don't put much weight in the Consumer Price Index, but it's out there, so you have to pay attention to it. What's his name? E.J. Antoni. He is a hedge fund guy. Smart guy. He's young, but he makes a lot of sense. He has been following, you got to watch out for cyclists. I always give them a little room. That 3-foot room gets pretty tight quick. So anyway, he was saying, banks have reserves that they have to hold. Well, they've been, instead of holding that in their cash balance, they've been investing in the reverse repo market. And just this past week or two, that flow's changed the other way, and banks have been building up the reserves. So that loosens up credit for people. Lets the economy go again. So that kind of goes into the PPI number that came out this morning. So are we just, there's a lot of numbers going around. You can listen to the headlines, but you really got to pay attention to working with Ray Dalio. Look at the cash flows between countries. Japanese yen is still the largest buyer of U.S. treasuries. And now, since the CPI came out, the U.S. dollar dropped, the yen went up. So are they going to start buying U.S. bonds again? I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot of noise. Chairman Powell was on. He had a Senate Banking Committee hearing earlier in the week and a congressional hearing. And like he said, he hasn't seen, we've had so much inflation news. We've had just a little bit of deflation news. It's not time yet. I used to think he was kind of wimpy. I used to think Chairman Powell was pretty wimpy. But I've got a lot of respect for him now for standing strong. The economy, it doesn't move overnight. It's like turning a ship. And he doesn't want to make any adjustments. It's like racing a car, or if you've ever done any high-speed racing, those inputs into your steering inputs, the faster that things are going, the small inputs, they make a big difference. So he doesn't want to upset the economy, especially going into an election year. There's a battle going on between the Fed, they control monetary policy, and the U.S. Treasury, they control fiscal policy. Came out yesterday, U.S. Treasury spent $141 billion in interest alone. that's pretty unsustainable. So this economy, you know, it's rolling along. Another driverless car here. I always have to watch what they're gonna do. It's I don't know. That's another discussion. But you know, Fed Chairman Powell's hands are pretty much tied until the government stops spending. This economy's rolling along, but it's all government spending money. It's grants and things like that. So, you know, you get kind of teetering what's going to happen. We've got an election year. It always gets a little bit questionable. But again, it's fun to watch all that. I'm a numbers guy, but that's all noise. If you want to buy, buy. If you want to sell, sell. You know, focus on you. What can you do to build wealth for your family? You know, we're not here to sell you something. We're here to facilitate, educate, and advise. That's what we do. So give us a call if we can help you. We're going to run into this meeting here. Busy day. We're working on a couple of contracts and negotiating. We're pretty close on one. We'll see if they can put that together. And again, just pick up one more thing. We had a property under contract. The buyer canceled on us. No phone call, just an email, buyer cancels. I called to see what the reason was. We weren't far apart, but we could have made it happen if we picked up, the other agent had picked up the phone and had a conversation. Probably could have put the deal together and everybody would have been happy, but everybody's afraid to deliver bad news anymore. So texting and emailing, pick up the phone, give us a call. Let's have a conversation. You can't offend me, you can't hurt my feelings, and we're here to help. So anyway, have a great day. Be smart, be safe. We'll, if we run into anything interesting later, we'll post again. But otherwise, be smart, be safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Bye.